Another late night comedy show. Mike Perkins and Paul Brodo. We're the house band, we're called the show. Tonight. Another late night comedy show tonight.
With Mike Perkins.
Yes, baby!
Woo!
Yes!
Woo!
This is another late show tonight with me, Mike Perkins, and we're on Facebook Live, baby! Woo! We got some people already commenting, sharing. Thank you so much for telling all your friends. We're gonna have a fun time tonight. This is gonna be amazing. We have a musical guest, Alec Waters is playing some. Alec Waters, give it up for him. We have two amazing comedians from Boston zooming in with us tonight. We have Carolyn Plummer and we have Kelly MacFarland. Give it up for them.
Yeah.
We also have our fun surprises and all the other good stuff. Sports and a Half is coming. You know what I mean? We got it. It's coming, baby. And of course, with me as always is the amazing house band All the Land, the show with Adam and Sean, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, rock and roll.
How you guys doing? You doing good, huh?
Well, you've seen this mustache, so I'm clearly doing great.
I cannot get my eyes off it. I'm falling in love.
It's like we should just zoom in on that the entire time of the show. I mean, how do you get a mustache that good?
Well, the trick to it, so you don't look like a pedophile, is to grow a beard first and then just trim down the mustache.
Okay.
Are you saying you don't look like a pedophile?
I'm saying I look like Wyatt Earp, and is Wyatt Earp
does.
He's fucking cool.
You look like
the OK Corral, you know?
Yeah, I look like a cowboy. Cowboys are cool, universally.
Yeah. You look like you before the show you just tied a dame up on a railroad track. That's what happened. Damsel in distress.
I think he looks like he owns a condo in Boca Raton.
A recent divorcee with a condo in Boca Raton.
Yeah.
The divorce was my fault.
Of course, with that mustache, it always is your fault. Come on, man. And with us, as always, is my partner in crime, Mr. Paul Brodo, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Paul.
Woo!
How you doing today, Paul? You doing all right, man?
I'm okay. I almost died today.
You almost died today. Wait, what?
I'm with my mom's car, and we thought it was an anti-theft system, so we had to move it out of the parking garage to get towed. And in moving it out of the parking garage, we had a kind of miscommunication about where we were going to put the car. So there was an incline and the car's going down and it's about to hit some other cars. And have you ever seen Spider-Man 2, Mike, with Tobey Maguire? Remember when he's holding on to that fucking train and he's screaming? That was me in the middle of the parking lot. And I almost went under the car, but I didn't. So we were able to park it, and everything's okay now. I'm alive.
Whoa!
And you're looking good with that rubber ducky tie on. I mean, come on, guys. Look at that.
Tradition now. Why not?
I love it. And it's also, that was a real talk Paul Brodo moment right at the top of the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. We all learned something.
It usually comes in the middle. We never know when it happens, but you know what I mean? It happens. So what do you guys think? You want to do some current events? Huh? You want to do the monologue?
Yeah.
You guys ready for some monologue? Some current events coming at you, coming in hot. So check it out. A dental technician was arrested after finding $1 million worth of cocaine stashed in his office. Okay. Yeah. Authorities became suspicious after seeing his patients coming back every day for a cleaning. I got a cavity. I swear to God, I got a cavity. What do you mean? I got a cavity. Come on. What do you mean? I need a crown. I need a crown. That's what I need. I need it. $1 million worth of cocaine. What? That is so much cocaine.
How
do you hide that in a dental office? You know what I mean? So much. This happened also in Texas during a boat parade for Trump. 4 boats were hit with strong waves and started to sink into the water. Yeah. So finally, Trump supporters now know how the rest of America feels. So. Sinking into the water, ladies and gentlemen. Sinking. They're sinking in it. This happened too. A woman in Slovenia has been sentenced to 2 years in prison after cutting off her hand in an insurance fraud attempt. Yeah. When released, she stated that she'll be switching over to Allstate, where she can still be good in one hand. You're in good hands, Allstate. A sponsor of this show. Thank you, Allstate, for always being great to us. Thank you so much, Allstate. This happened too. In an interview, Pope Francis stated that sex and eating are divine pleasures sent to us from God. Mm-hmm.
True.
It's true, right? Yep. So it is safe to say now that we know it really was a burning bush. That, sex jokes coming in hot, like a burning bush. Burning bush. So tomorrow is National One Hit Wonder Day.
Woo!
Yeah.
Wow.
National One Hit Wonder Day. So, guys, let's take some time now to recognize all the musical artists that had those chart-topping songs and their 5-minute live concerts. Let's take a moment. I thought it was funny. Did you guys watch the Raiders game on Monday? Was it Monday or Sunday? I don't know football. Sports is coming up soon, guys. But the Raiders game, the Killers played on the Raiders game. They opened up the Killers, and I thought it was so funny that they started talking, and then they're like, you know what, guys? I know it's the Raiders starting off, and I got just the song that probably just to open them up and make it happen. And it was like they only have 2 songs, so like, what song did you think they were gonna play? They're like, coming out of my cage, and it's like we knew you were gonna play that. Killers. We knew you were gonna play that. This happened too. This is cool. Anybody on dating apps?
Yeah.
Yeah. One love. Yay. A new extreme dating app has just launched where it only matches users that have a 20-year age gap.
Ugh.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I didn't mention the name. Gold Diggers is now available on all platforms.
Hey!
It's available.
That is-
They had another one a while ago. I forget what it was. I think it was called 20-year age gap. I think it was Hollywood Connections. I think that's what it was. Hollywood Connections. I'm gonna get on that one. How old's Marissa Tomei? I think I could date Marissa Tomei. Is she single? I could do it. And then finally, in New York, doctors found that there's a new strange symptom of the coronavirus where coffee can start to smell like rotting meat. Yeah, it's disgusting, right? You smell rotting meat. This came in a really bad time for Starbucks to release their new Meat Lovers Macchiato. Take 2 creams, 2 sugars, and some pastrami, please. Thank you. Can you? Thanks. I'll take that. I'll take that. And that was our monologue, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. We have new sponsors. We have Starbucks. We have Allstate and the Gold Diggers app. So if you guys are looking to do that, just log on and get some stuff. So are you guys ready for a special guest tonight that we have every single show, and he is a staple of another late show tonight?
Yes.
Are you guys ready?
I'm
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, get the round of applause going. Get it going for Sports and a Half with my man, Brian McDaniel.
Yeah. Sports and a half. Hey, everybody, welcome to Sports and a Half. This segment, you don't need to know anything about sports, okay? I want to remind everyone of that. You don't need to know anything about sports. And honestly, I don't care what you think about anything, all right? I want to know how you feel about it. If you like something, I want you to go, yeah. If you hate something, I want you to go, boo, right? Because no one really cares what you think about anything, but with your emotions, you can manipulate almost anyone. All right, let's get going. Sports and a Half, all right? Here we go. The NFL is back. Yes, the NFL is back. That is phenomenal news. Right now you can stop.
Yes.
Yeah, you can stop losing on betting on sports that you didn't even really understand in Europe and Asia and start losing money on sports that you know very well here in America. Call your bookie today. Sports and a half.
Sports and a half.
This is an impromptu one. Mike just gave me the idea for this just now. Apparently, the Killers played at the Raiders halftime show. So there were Killers playing at the halftime show and also Killers in the stands. That's the Raiders fans, everyone. Sports and a half. All right, that was a little too easy. This Sunday's Cleveland Browns versus the Washington football team matchup will feature a female referee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm for it. I am so for this. I am so excited to finally watch a woman tell a bunch of jocks that they came up just a little bit short. Couple more inches, fellas, and you would have been good. Sorry. That game will also feature a female coach on Cleveland and a female coach on Washington. It is the first time that there is a female in power on both teams and in the referees. And you know what that means. Threesome! Sports and a half! Sports and a half! In the world of college football is back, and SEC is taking the lead. SEC is the biggest conference in college football. And, they started right up. No matter that college has been the front line of the most recent waves of the coronavirus, the SEC is taking preventative measures during their football games. Instead of 3 players coming out for the coin toss, now just 1 will come out for the coin toss. Now that's protection, baby. That's like trying to stop STDs by guaranteeing no sharing breadsticks during dinner. Sports and a half! All right, the UFC. The UFC had a big main event, and the UFC has a new star that is pro-Trump and slanders Black Lives Matters.
Boo.
Okay, we got a boo there. I'm for it. I'm all for it. I say, yeah, I love it. You know why? Because maybe we can finally prove a link between brain damage and white nationalism. Sports and a half! All right, we got the Major League Baseball playoffs coming up real soon. Major League Baseball playoffs start next week. All playoffs teams will fully quarantine until they are eliminated. And teams that make the World Series will be apart from their families for up to 50 days.
Yeah!
Sports.
Talk about motivation. You know what I would do to get away from my family for one day, to not have the same dinner conversation that I've had for 6 months in a row? I would do this show. I would do almost anything. On that tender, emotional note, I have to go celebrate my daughter's 3rd birthday. It's her birthday today. Mike, do you know how old my daughter is? Do you know how old she is?
3rd birthday.
She is sports and a half years old. Yeah, baby, sports and a half.
Guys, give it up one more time for Brian McDaniel with Sports and a Half.
Yeah.
God, it feels like just yesterday I was 4.5 years old, huh? Just feels just like yesterday, huh? Thank you, Brian. Give it up one more time for Brian McDaniel, guys. He's the best in the biz. The best. So listen, during your Sports and a Half, I don't know, like I did this video yesterday on Instagram. It was for WAP Wednesday. Anybody down for get the wet ass? But I did a video and it got a little bit of heat, and I just got a text message from this person, and they want to come on and do the show right now. So we have a special guest drop in. You guys ready for the special guest drop in right now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Guys, give it up for Cardi B.
What?
Hey. Oh my, listen. Look at this crowd. Hello. Oh my God, I'm getting old. I put on my glasses and stuff. 2020. No, thank you. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Wait, I'm seeing that my wig is not. Hold on. That's better, right? Listen, you motherfuckers, you know you ain't going out in public looking crazy. I've been out in the streets once in the last 6 months, okay? Once. I'm up here in my grandmother's basement. Now I gotta be with my family and shit. Like, I love them, but no thank you, 2020. No thank you. Oh my God. Mike, what are you saying? You do a little from the top, make it drop. That's some I'm in my house clothes, so I can't stand up. I'm in my house clothes. I'm in my house. Mikey, I can't.
What's up, Cardi?
Oh, like you're giving me life here, honey. Ow.
Cardi, thank you. I've been such a fan for years. I mean, you're incredible. I love everything you do.
I am.
You know, like I like it like that. What's my name?
Baby, I like it like that. I like it like that. I like it. I'm not a singer though. I do the rapping because like, no thank you, no thank you.
So how has your quarantine been going besides having that chart topping the WAP video kind of took America by storm?
Listen, first of all, Pete, can I say it?
You can say it all. Say it.
It's a straight up storm, okay? We've been taking America, okay? Nobody can do a wet ass pussy song like me. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Hello. Okay, that's what I'm saying. No, but seriously, like this week, I had to dump my husband. Divorce. No, that motherfucker. Goodbye. His name is Offset. He's just off. Like goodbye. I was sick of it, the cheating and the lies and like, oh my God, he's just annoying. He's so annoying, Mikey. You know what I mean? When they're annoying, they're in your space. Brian, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I'm like, wait, I don't. No, thank you. No.
So what are you looking for in a new relationship? Are you just
I mean, 10 inches? I don't know. What do you want me to do? Let me just keep it real, okay? I'm not trying to be out here going down the scale. I'm meaning to go up, you know? This is a pandemic. You gotta live YOLO, okay?
So like, you're looking for that Big Mac truck to park in little garage,
Yeah, that's right. I was about to say this garage is a little, but that would be the reverse. We little, okay? It's tight. My Kegels and stuff. Don't get it twisted. Cardi keeps it nice and tight.
You do, Cardi, you do.
Hold on a second. Ma, I'm on something. These fucking people, I swear. Ma. Okay, anyways, it's fine. She's like screaming upstairs, like, do you want something to eat? No, Mom, I'm rich. I'm always eating. I get that bread. Okay? Mike, I had to come in. I love your videos. I like your funny stuff. Like, you are giving me things, okay?
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we have like a connection, Cardi, like I've always been a fan and like, I feel like we're both like, we're East Coast people, you know what I mean? Like,
that's right. You're from Jersey, right?
Yeah.
I'm from the Boogie Down Bronx. Hey.
Yeah, I love it. Bronx Tale is one of my favorite movies,
What?
A Bronx Tale? You ever see it, Cardi?
Yeah, I got it. That's like a white people Bronx. I'm in the
oh.
I mean, I'm in the black and brown people Bronx. That's some different shit right there. That's some different shit, right? That's like Riverdale business. I don't know.
Riverdale. I think Riverdale did they're going to do a WAP remix pretty soon, aren't they? Riverdale? Is that still on?
What the hell is that?
Did you see Riverdale?
I like that TV show with them teenagers looking cute and they be all modelly on the billboards and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they're no Cardi B, but, they're up there.
Well, honey, nobody is Cardi B. Okay, hello. You know what I'm saying? Like, you motherfuckers is crazy if you think there's two of me. Nuh-uh.
Well, thank you, Cardi. Do you have any quarantine tips for us? Just still, like, hanging out and being at home and stuff?
Quarantine tips: wash your ass, wash your anus. You never know. 2020, you don't know who's gonna be coming close to that shit. Make sure it's fresh. Make sure the WAP is nice and juicy, ladies. For my men, I mean, if you ain't got it, you ain't got it. It's too late. You can't like do nothing about it. you just fucking stuck. You better hope she like your shit. You know. That's all I got. Like, just like whatever you is working with, keep on working with it. You know what I'm saying? Unless you like me and you're like, divorce, no thank you.
Yeah, I get it. Well, that's amazing. Well, Cardi, thank you so much for stopping by. Maybe we can grab some dinner or something sometime. You know what I mean? You know,
No, but maybe another. No, we're not doing all that. No.
Okay, cool. Thanks so much, Cardi.
Okay, I love you. Bye, guys.
Okay, I love you, Cardi. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Guys, give it up one more time for Cardi B in the house. Come on, make it hot, make it drop. That's some wet ass, right? Thanks, Cardi B. It's good. I love her. Thank you so much for dropping in, Cardi. You're the best in the biz. This brings us, she took the music by storm. And by storm, it's like a wet storm. You know what I mean? Is that a bad joke? Probably. Who knows? But we have our special musical guest coming up right now, guys. You guys ready for our special musical guest?
Ready.
Get those round of applause going. Get it going. Start hitting the keyboard. Give it up for Alec Waters.
Thank you so much, Mike. Oh my God, I didn't realize Cardi was going to be on this, so it would have dressed better. Wouldn't have blended in with my couch behind me. Anyway, thank you guys so much. My name's Alec Waters, and I'm originally just some kid from the middle of the woods in Minnesota, and I live in Orange County now in California, and I'm here to do some of the music that inspired me to come out here from the Midwest and stuff. And this next song, this first one, is super not cliche at all. It's a breakup song. You've never heard anything like it. And I wrote it when it was 2017, before the world fell apart. And I wrote it in a week before I ever did my first music video. And you guys can find all the info for it on YouTube and Instagram and all that stuff. So without further ado, here you go. I'm trying to think of words that tell you how I feel, but nothing I think right now is both sense-free and real. I'm trying to think exactly why I settled for you, 'cause you never loved me how I love you like I do. But it doesn't matter, you went into me, and I'm getting over you. But it doesn't matter, 'cause eventually love goes overdue, and I ain't giving mine to you. I ain't giving mine to you. I ain't giving mine to you. I ain't giving all my love to you. If you ever thought I'd sing how bad I want you back, I'm sorry to say I'd rather have a heart attack. I'll never know how you get by without a soul, and you'll never know how good it feels to lose control. It doesn't matter, you ain't into me, and I'm super through with you. Now it doesn't matter, 'cause eventually love comes overdue, and I ain't giving mine to you. I ain't giving mine to you. I ain't giving mine to you. I ain't giving all my love to you. Even if I wanted you back to see where it goes, I wouldn't suppose you wouldn't change one bit, oh no. But it doesn't matter, you ain't into me, and I would only lose with you. It doesn't matter, 'cause eventually love goes overdue. I ain't giving mine to you. I ain't giving mine to you. I ain't giving mine to you. I ain't giving all my love to you. I ain't giving all my love to you. Thank you. And Mike, I never asked you the question before. I have one more song ready for you guys. Do you have enough time for me?
Of course, yeah. Do another one.
Great.
Yeah.
So this next song was a year after this last one that I wrote. It's called Hoat, just like the last one, H-O-A-T. You guys can find it on iTunes and Apple Music and Spotify and your mother's playlist and all that stuff. It's everywhere. And it's exactly meant to be what it says. It's a hell of a time. So I hope you guys enjoy. Oh yeah, oh yeah. All right, okay, let's admit it. This is gonna be a now we ain't forgetting. I'm down for whatever, can you feel it? You ain't even gotta say it if you will. If she gon' rock, I'ma let her. And if you're showing off, just remember, shake it to the left, don't forget about the right side. That's right, oh my, bad night for all white. Just a little body, just a little body. Might get us into some rowdy, but we get it like we got it, we ain't gotta worry about it, cause I think we're gonna have a hell of a time. You know I'm ready for a hell of a ride. You can tell me about whatever you like. By the end of the night, we'll be feeling alright, yeah. I think we're gonna have a hell of a time. You know I'm ready for a hell of a ride. You can tell me about whatever you like. By the end of the night, we'll be feeling alright, okay, I admit it. I put on an act I often wish I didn't. I know that you know I'm on a mission. And you know that I really ain't a fan of quitting. Maybe I should get on my humble. Maybe you should get on my level. Maybe I should kick it back and roll up with the sedative. All I wanna do is go infinity to negative. Maybe a little body. Maybe a little body. Might get us into some rowdy, but we get it like we got it, we ain't gotta worry about it, cause I think we're gonna have a hell of a time. You know I'm ready for a hell of a ride. You can tell me about whatever you like. By the end of the night, we'll be feeling alright, yeah. I think we're gonna have a hell of a time. You know I'm ready for a hell of a ride. You can tell me about whatever you like, by whatever you like, by whatever. Hold up, wait a minute, yeah. Hold up, wait a minute, yeah. We might be a little rowdy. We just so lady out, we sunny. When tomorrow comes, we fuzzy. So let's get it like we ain't gotta worry about it, cause, yeah. Ooh, yeah, I think we're gonna have a hell of a time. I think we're gonna have a hell of a time. Yeah. Whoa, yeah. Woo, whoa, yeah. Woo, yeah. Whoa, yeah. Whoa. Mike Perkins, thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
Once again, I'm on
Ladies and gentlemen,
Instagram,
Alec
YouTube, all that
Waters,
shit.
ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much.
That was awesome, man. That was great. I'm swoon right now. I mean, I'm swoon.
Sometimes so. Sure to do.
So listen, we met. I think we met at the Loft Ensemble. Either was it the gala or the New Year's Eve party, or was it?
I wasn't at the New Year's Eve party. I was at the show before that and afterward.
Okay, so maybe we met there because I know we met through Ben Rawls.
Okay. Yeah, I know that
he
gave you my name.
Yeah, and I don't. I love your music, dude. I love the hell of a time. I wish like I knew you when you filmed that video because that video is the most badass video. You're like partying, you got like a Maserati and stuff. I'm like, holy
It did.
shit.
Hold on. Don't feel so bad because you would have had to be in Minnesota for it, and no one wants to be
Oh
there.
man. Oh, so you filmed that in Minnesota?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. I would have flew out, man. You know, I would.
I'm honored. Yeah, it was a crazy day. It was 3 different scenes. We shot it all in one day. That whole video. So.
Oh no way.
Yeah, it was fun.
Because your music video for To You too is like really, you know, just cinematic and stuff. I mean, it's high quality stuff, man.
That was also done in one day too.
Did you film that in Minnesota as well?
No, actually, that was in a vacation that we took to Los Angeles when I wanted to convince my parents that I wasn't a total bum for wanting to come out here and follow the dream. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
And you're like, Dad, hold this camera for me real quick. We got some. Let's do this.
It's a little more professional than that, but basically, yeah.
No, I know. It's your dad's like, is this a red? How do you film on the red? What's going on? Is it red cinema camera? What's happening?
No, I just yeah, had a friend come out and he was a videographer. He had been living out in LA for a while, and I think I mentioned before, I knew I needed a song to do a video too, and I was struggling trying to find something that was good enough, and I ended up writing To You the very week before we were flying out, and I was editing it the entire week of.
No way.
Yeah, it wasn't even mixed or anything by the time that we filmed the video.
So you wrote that and filmed the video like a week later. Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
No shit, dude.
It all worked out, and I wish that I had some better acoustics to be providing my backing tracks. Despite the guitars in the back, that's all my wife. She's the actual talented one between the two of us.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't know, man. You're both like you're a double threat. You know what I mean? Double threat, is that the word? Double threat, triple threat. You know. But yeah, I mean, I love it that So you've been singing since you were what, like 14? I think I read your bio. You've been singing for a long time.
Yeah, singing since I was 14, and I learned to produce my own beats when I was 16. I use FL Studio and Pro Tools for that stuff.
Okay.
Yep.
So have you and your wife ever collaborated too? You just got married too, right?
I did. Yeah, actually in April.
Yeah. Just got married in April. That's amazing.
Yep. We were a Rona couple to get married. It was us, and everyone else was on Facebook Live, like a lot of other people. So
I love that.
We had a party.
Which is amazing. I'm about to marry Cardi B right now on this Facebook Live. Is Cardi still here?
Well, nice.
Cardi?
I think she stepped out. She's probably getting ready for you.
Yeah. That's amazing. So how long were you guys engaged for? Were you guys engaged for a while before that, and just like?
So we also had a slightly unconventional arrangement when we got together. We were high school sweethearts, and we both moved out to California together after she broke up with her last boyfriend of 3 years. I told her, like, this next year I'm gonna be doing the move, and we got together the year prior and made some decisions and some planning. We moved out here, and a few months later we got engaged. 6 months after that we got married in a really small desert city called 29 Palms, like 3 hours east of Los Angeles. And now we have a apartment in Orange County, and we have 4 animals, and I'm loving the married life right now.
I love that, dude.
I'm the most boring that I've ever been, and I feel the happiness.
No, I love it. That's amazing, man.
Thank you.
High school sweethearts too. I think my high school sweetheart's watching this Facebook Live right now. I'm not sure. She might be. Are you out there? I don't know. Comment. Talk to me on my birthday.
Very nice.
Yeah. That's amazing, man. So right now, have you been like I said, have you guys collaborated, or have you been writing music during quarantine? This is a good time to do all that and stuff. Have you been?
Yeah, there's been a lot of off the book songwriting. Ben actually, so you mentioned Ben Rawls, he's the MC at the Loft. After I did a couple shows with him at his grace, he allowed me to come on for a show a lot like this. We had a Zoom stage performance where we had a bunch of his regulars come on and do a show. But other than that, I've been doing just a lot of soul searching, like a lot of other people. Not obviously for my partner, but just from other experiences, and finding out, like, if music wasn't my life, if I lost my voice today, what would be the next thing I would be going to? And
Yeah.
I've been experimenting from everything from my car, doing a bunch of modifications to it. I also work in IT, and so been doing a lot of programming. And like I said, I'm the most boring I've ever been in my life. But I'm also studying for my real estate license just for the hell of it, since we're looking for a house right now. So,
well, then you can write a song about it, and then like
exactly.
you know, if you're trying to buy a house, you know, or whatever, it's gonna be a hell of a buy, you know, or something.
And you gotta go shop around. I like it. I smell a collaboration happening right now.
Right? There you go. Yeah. Hell of a time, baby. I wanted to ask you, because I looked up hell of a time, and I was like, because you did it HOAT, and I thought, because I looked up HOAT, and it said that it was a hybrid organic acid technology for cars, too.
Oh, liars.
But no, I thought it was funny, like, if there was, like, guys, like, looking for HOAT, and they're like, who's this Alec Waters guy? He's like, I'm just looking for something for my Ford. And then, like, they start to love your music and come to your live shows. You know what I mean?
I guess I've never thought of that. It's like some version of affiliate marketing, even though there's no real affiliate.
Yeah, like, you know, they're like, oh, I got a Mustang that's looking for that, but I love your music, Alec. You got any merch, you know, or whatever?
Working on my car, but now I have a dope song to listen to while I'm working on my car.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Alec, thanks so much for doing the show, man. You're awesome. And we can find Desires Volume 1 on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, all the good stuff, right? And awesome. Well, thank you so much, Alec. Guys, one more time for Alec Waters, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up.
Thank you.
So I don't know if you guys know, besides Allstate and Gold Diggers, the app, we also have some sponsors of this show as well. And we're about to show a sponsor video right now. It's a nice PSA. So check that out, ladies and gentlemen.
Joey. You know, you make us a lot of money. I can't doubt that. You run a fine establishment. We get to do our business. You get to do your business. Yada, yada, yada. Everyone's happy. You know, but do you understand when I say the term clean energy?
Yeah, Jimmy, I understand. It's about minimizing carbon footprints and all that good stuff, yeah.
It's a smart guy. Carbon footprints. There's also other factors to it. I mean, I'm not a big scientific guy, but I know the ozone layer's all messed up and stuff. But we can all do our part to help keep our Mother Earth living. Now, one thing that I know I do is I always turn the lights off when I leave.
No, Jimmy. No, I didn't leave the lights on. I swear I didn't leave the lights on. Just once that it was a long day. I just forgot once. I didn't mean anything by it.
Just forgot. I mean, I don't know. Tony Toothpick, whenever you leave the house, you turn the lights off?
Every time.
Every time he turns the lights off. So what made you forget?
It's just a long day. Just a long day.
Just a long day. We all have long days, do we not, Tony Toothpick?
Longest days.
Now, what I've had a long day of pondering over is, what are we supposed to do about this?
You could put up a note. Leave a note by the light switch, by the door, that says, remember to turn the lights off. I'll do it.
I think one reminder that I always leave for myself is ask Tony Toothpick what to do. Tony Toothpick, what should we do about it?
I say we light them up like a Christmas tree.
Come on. If you light me up, that'll just waste more electricity. Come on. Come on.
It needs to be clean.
Oh, come on.
This has been a public service announcement from the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power. Please help us conserve. Thank you.
Yes, that was a Mafia PSA, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you use clean energy at all times. All right, turn those lights off. That's all. That's the best you can do. By your favorite mob guys like Tony Toothpick. The best in the biz. Are you guys ready for your first special guest comedian of the night? Are you guys ready for your first special guest comedian of the night? Get it going. Get the claps going. Give it up for Carolyn Plummer.
Hi, everybody. I don't know if my energy will translate through Zoom. I'm pretty high energy. I usually whip the crowd into a frenzy, but there's no crowd. Hopefully there's people watching. I like these Zoom shows because I don't have to wear pants. So that's good. Tell you a little bit about myself. My dad was a minister, which explains a lot. He was embarrassing when growing up, not because he was a minister. He was embarrassing because he used to mow the lawn wearing nothing but a pair of work boots, a Speedo, and goggles. I know if I'm a grown man mowing the lawn in that outfit, the first thing I'm going to think to protect is my eyes. He should have passed out blindfolds for our neighbors. We had to set an example for the other kids at Sunday school, which is a lot of pressure when you're 6, and they should have been more specific. They're always calling me up to the front of the room, and they'd say, Carolyn, come up here to the front of the room now. Tell everybody who Noah was. So I'd be like, all right, Noah, that's easy enough. Only I'd stand there, and my mouth would go dry, and I'd start to sweat. And I'd go, oh, Jesus Christ. I'm in church. I can't say that. I know this is easy. God came to Noah. He said, look, dude, you got to build a boat. So Noah was like, all right. So he built a boat. He put the animals on the boat. Everything was going fine. So the boat capsized at midnight on New Year's Eve. And he got swallowed by a whale or some shit like that. And if I were Noah, I would be pissed off because all he really wanted was for his son to be a real boy. We were talking about dating earlier in the show. I've tried everything. My friends try to help me out. They told me this the other day. They're like, Carolyn, we know where you should go to meet a man because we talked about it. That's never good when your friends say that. They're like, we talked about it and we know where you should go to meet a man because we talked about it. You should go to Home Depot. That's where you're going to meet a man, Home Depot. So I figured, why not? And I went to Home Depot. And I met a ton of men at Home Depot who thought I worked there. Asking me how much the mulch is. Can you direct me to the plumbing supplies? Hey, can you help me bring this lumber out to my car? Found out I'm strong. Not even wearing an apron, you dick. I didn't meet this one guy online. We went to lunch. I didn't meet the most stable people online. We went to lunch. I walked in. I looked at him like, oh, this may have been a mistake. And he was looking at me like he was trying to figure out how much chloroform it would take to get me in the back of his van. So we were talking and he was separated and he was getting his life back in order. And I don't have a problem with that at all. But I said, you know, what's your plan? And he paused for a minute and he said, well, my grandmother's about to die. Whatever you say after that is not going to be good. They said, my grandmother's about to die and she's going to leave me some money. So I'm going to buy a house. What? So I got my food packed up. I got the bill. I paid the bill. And as we were leaving, he goes, can I call you? And I said, no. I said, but you should give me your grandmother's number because I'm pretty sure she needs to hear about your plan. I don't know. Before this whole thing started, I had to go get a mammogram. And my favorite line from the mammogram was when the nurse said, pick up your breast and step back, please. Because I've made that mistake once or twice in my life. But the place I go to in Boston, 2 weeks later, I get a report card in the mail and they tell me what kind of boobs I have. And apparently I have fatty boobs. Yes. I don't have a medical degree, but I think I could have figured that one out on my own. My doctor thought I needed that in writing. So I had it framed and it's hanging on my living room wall. Now when people come over, they go, what's that? I go, oh, I have fat tits, dude. And I embrace that stuff. I'm actually thinking of joining the WWE, and that's my new wrestling name. Carolyn Fat Tits Plummer. Still working out the logistics of my my signature move, but I do have a name for it, the Mama Slam. So that on the interwebs. So. I'm Carolyn Plummer.
Yeah!
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Carolyn Plummer.
Mammoth Slam! Mammoth Slam!
That's it, Plummer.
Love that. Vince McMahon, come on. Vince McMahon, come on. Come on, Vinnie Mac. Carolyn, I love you so much. We always have so much fun together every time you come out here to LA. It's just, the best times in the world. How you been doing in quarantine in Boston?
I live alone, so my friends are jealous who have kids. I haven't started talking to myself yet. It's been pretty good. It's, there were times where you couldn't really go anywhere. But now we can kind of go out and stuff. Comedy's been tough. Most of it's outside and it's starting to get cold.
Yeah.
So comedy's kind of dropping off again, but hopefully this winter, we'll be able to have more people inside and comedy will be profitable again, but been some interesting shows outside.
Well, what's good is you've still been doing shows out in Boston. Yeah. Which is amazing. We haven't done any, we have some outside stuff too, but it just started coming back maybe 3 weeks ago or something,
Yeah. Like I did a show in a tent, but it wasn't a regular tent. It looked like a circus tent. I was like, 'cause there wasn't a big crowd, but it was a giant tent. I'm like, when are the clowns going to come out of the tiny car?
Yeah.
But it was just us telling jokes on a tiny stage in a giant tent. It was weird.
That's so funny. I love that. Yeah. So,
we're all making the best of it, but I wanted to come back because for a few months I didn't do any shows and I haven't done that in, 20 years.
Yeah. So you've been doing comedy such a long time. So what was what were you like as a kid? What was the dream of it all? Did you always want to be a comedian?
I did a lot of plays as a kid. Mm-hmm. And I always liked it when I got a funny part and I made the audience laugh, but I didn't know how to be a stand-up comedian. So, and I used to get drunk and quote Tommy Boy in college. So people are like, you should be a comedian. I don't know why I picked Tommy Boy, but I did.
Yeah.
And so after college, I took a class because there was a class being offered and I took the class and I did comedy at the end. And then I started doing open mic nights and that was it. But I wish I had started sooner.
I love that. So has you were actually opening with Kevin to see Tommy Boy. You were opening for Kevin Farley for a long time too, right?
Yeah, for a while. He was coming up and doing shows up here.
Yeah. So has Chris Farley and stuff always been one of your inspirations in comedy?
Yeah, I loved Chris Farley. He was just so funny and his physical comedy was funny. I have other comedians I like too. I like Stephen Wright. I like writing. I appreciate a good, well-written joke, especially with misdirection. So I like comedy for different reasons. I think Melissa McCarthy is hilarious. And again, it's her physical comedy and her timing. And, there's so many comedians that I like, but it's hard to just pick one. Yeah.
Well, I think that's what in comedy, we get so many influences from everyone. And then you kind of build your own point of view from that, you work on your own timing and stuff. Because your timing is always just, it's so killer. Because your turns, you have that one joke, the one about your mom when she goes to she goes to the doctor to get the armpit joke.
Oh, I know. She says my mom went to get surgery and she woke up and the first thing she said in recovery was, "They shaved my groin." That was weird because they went in through her arm.
Yeah, so it's such a big turn. I love that. And so what's it called? I was gonna say I want to talk to you about the Woody Herman Jazz Award. I see.
That is quite impressive. I was in jazz band and regular band in high school. I played the trumpet.
Uh-huh.
So I was the esteemed Woody Herman Jazz Award was awarded to me my junior year for doing the solo and moon dance when we were in a band exchange on Long Island.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm
big people in Wolfboro, New Hampshire.
Yeah.
No one's ever heard of.
I love that that's in your comedy bio too. You're just like,
Yeah,
and
I
she
just
won the
threw it in
Woody Jazz Award. I love that.
Conversation piece. You know.
It's a conversation starter.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. So yeah, but we did meet. We met at the Burbank Festival. It's been 4 years already since we met, which is insane.
That's insane. And then I lost my keys and my jacket when you came to visit here.
yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
My
That was
liner was
that's so funny.
freaked out.
But yeah, we always have. I mean, I don't know. That's what I love. That's what I love so much about you, and just like because we see each other. We met in 2016, and then like I maybe seen you. I had to go see you and Kelly right when I came to because I was doing that show in Albany, and I was like, Boston's pretty close to Albany, right?
Yeah,
And
not
I was
really.
like, no, not really.
That was a fun night though.
But yeah, but I had to fly out and come see you because we just always have so much fun together, and that's what I love so much about like I guess like comedy too, and just having like friends from all over is like it's like right when I see you, we just pick up and start busting jokes and just just reminisce and stuff. It's just it's so much fun,
Calling people 100.
Yeah, she's 100.
She's 100. That's what I don't want to say any names, but
I don't think she's watching the show anyway.
that was fun. The last time I came out was fun until I got food poisoning at the end. I was like, I'm gonna go. You're like, you're not staying for the party. I'm like, no, I'm not feeling well.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good.
I'm gonna try to walk back to the hotel and make it.
So funny. But that's what I love about you too, is like you break balls so much too, which is I guess that's the East Coast kind of connection we have, is we're always just like, look at this fucking guy, or whatever. Like I don't know. Like I remember
we met.
Huh?
That's how we met. We were waiting in line to go see someone after one of the panels, and I was busting someone's balls, and you heard me. You said, "Hi, I'm Mike."
That guy is a jerk off. I'm Mike. I'll never forget too. I don't know if you remember this story, but when you were doing the one show at the festival, and the intern that was doing the light was just like so aggressive at the light the whole time, and like you still had a minute left, but he was just shining it like crazy. And you're like, "Hey, dude, you want to calm the fuck down?"
I was gonna have a seizure.
And then you went right back into the rest of your set. You're like, anyway.
Well, I wasn't going to address it at all because it's getting taped. I wanted to get a good tape. And I was like, this fucking guy. I'm like, it was ridiculous.
Oh, it was so funny. It was so funny to me. Well, what was your, I guess like one question I have is like, what's the positive thing you're taking away from, the COVID or just, the takeaway from all this quarantine stuff? Do you feel like you've been writing a lot more as a comedian, or like,
I didn't write at all at the beginning because everything just stopped.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a big adjustment to just figure out, did I make the right choice? Because I've been doing comedy for so long that I was like, when you just come to a complete stop, you kind of question if you should be doing something else or you should have focused on something else. At least that's how my brain works.
Mm-hmm.
So then I wasn't really writing. I was watching reruns of The $6 Million Man. And I watched all the seasons and The Bionic Woman. And that seemed to help me get back in a better place to write.
So funny.
I think I was depressed at the beginning because I had a great spring booked.
Yeah.
Like corporate gigs, I had some serious money coming in, and that also just stopped. So I was like, motherfucker. Because I've always felt like I take one step forward and two steps back a lot in my comedy career. So I kind of just reassessed, and then I came to the realization, no, this is what I should be doing. So then I started writing a little bit more stuff. I haven't written anything great because I work my stuff out on stage.
Yeah.
So I have a couple new bits that I've been working on, and now that we can actually go outside, getting more inspired with more experiences. Because as you know, I'm like more of a storyteller comic. So if I'm not doing anything, I don't have any stories to talk about. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're one of the best comics I ever seen, and it shows that you've toured the country and stuff, and it just every time I see you, I'm just hysterical. It's just like.
Well, we have fun together.
Yeah, it's just the best. And thank you so much for doing the show. And
Yeah, it's fun.
you're the best in the biz. And I hope to see you in person soon. And you know, and we'll be able to do some comedy together in real
come back
real
out.
life. So thank you so much, guys. One more time for Carolyn Plummer, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up. Are you guys ready for your next comedian of the night? Are you guys ready for your next comedian of the night?
Yeah.
We just mentioned her a couple times. She's also in Boston right now. Guys, get the round of applause going. Get it going for Kelly MacFarland.
Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice. Oh, stop it. Stop. No, stop. I'm so sorry to do this. I just have to mention a couple things that I've noticed about the show so far. First and foremost, that mustache is amazing.
Thank you.
I don't know if you have a hat that says mustache rides 5 cents. I think you should think about investing in one. Also, the sports guy who had to leave, he had a varsity high school letter behind him. So I'm not sure of his credentials to report on sports. His enthusiasm is varsity in my book. Sports and a half.
Sports and a half.
Sports and a half.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm also in Boston, quarantining. Not anymore, right? We're still saying that we're quarantining. We're not necessarily quarantining. Like, I went and bought my own groceries and like went outdoors, and I actually ran into my neighbor, and I hadn't seen her since March because I don't like her. And she's fine. I have a neighbor I've never spoken to before. And I know she's my neighbor because you see her, you know what I mean? You see these people. We've just never spoken. And we finally did. We were taking the recycling out, and she and I made eye contact. And I was like, and she was like, and I said, hey. And she said, hey. And then I was like, this exchange is probably done. She had follow-up though. She said, this weather, right? And I was like, yeah. And then she said, that groundhog knows his stuff. And I was like, that is a really fucking weird thing to say. You know what I mean? Because the groundhog was months ago, unless she's still tapping in. Like, is that your go-to for weather, is a groundhog? I always am confused about the groundhog. Like, why are we relying on a ground? And why the fanfare around the groundhog? Like, it's a groundhog. You know what I mean? And when people are mad because he got it wrong, I'm like, it's a groundhog. Like, use Google. In closing, no, I'm not done yet. It's been kind of weird. Carolyn was saying she lives alone. She's so lucky. I live with my husband and my stepson, and those two fucking people are so annoying. I didn't know. I didn't know. It's so weird. You fall for someone, you think you love them, and then you're stuck in a house together, and you're like, oh my God, you never stop talking. I didn't even know what he did for work until now, because he's talking to me about it. I was like, oh, that is lame. It's something about concrete. So it's just hard, I think, being in a small space with people. They tell you to get outside. They tell you to get outside. You know, they're like, go outside, breathe fresh air, stay 6 feet apart, wear a mask. I didn't want to go outside before this happened. I certainly don't want to go outside now. I'm not really an outdoorsy person. You know what I mean? People think I'm outdoorsy because I'm cute and I'm spunky. So people are like, oh, fun. No, I'm not fun. I don't want to have fun outside. Like I get invited hiking every week. I'm good. Thank you so much. I don't know what reads hiking about this. You know what I mean? There's a few reasons why I don't want to hike with you. One, I'm 4'11". I'm like a tick wonderland. Like you, I'm very close to the ground. And two, I don't want to. Like I don't want to make conversation when there's nothing to look at. Like people who hike are very into hiking. Like when I've been out to LA, I've gone to your whatever that canyon, Runyon Canyon or something like that or whatever. And people just love it. They're like all happy and like avocados. And they're just like walking and they have dogs. And some people have more than one dog and talking to the dog and they're talking about getting some kale. It's so weird. Like, I don't want to talk about any of those things. I don't want to hike. When people hike, they love hiking. They're like, I love it. And they want you to love it. You know what I mean? They're like, do you want to go hiking? They're so excited. Do you want to hike with us? And I'm like, no. I try to be nice because you don't want to shit on someone's hobby. I'm like, no, thank you. And they're like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. You want to think about it? No, I just fucking did. No. Is it because you don't have hiking shoes? No, it's not an equipment fail. I don't want to go hiking. Recently, someone said, what if we pack a lunch? And I was like, well, now you're implying I'm a chubby piece of shit that would hike for a sandwich. What kind of sandwich is it? Tell me the whole deal. My husband and I are very lazy people. We're not lazy. We work hard. I don't want to say we're lazy. We work really hard. And then we like to sit down. Like we want to work hard. And then we're like, we want to sit down. Like we bought power recliners this year. That's the laziest piece of furniture you can purchase. That means we found each other. There's a lid to every pot. And then as a united front, we went to a furniture store and we were like, yes, Todd, you can help us. We would like a seating arrangement where we are laying down with just our head up so we can live like otters while we watch TV. Do you have that, Todd? Do you have that, Todd? Oh, and Todd, we don't want to do a bicep curl to get there. This is too much for us. I guess this is an upright row, Todd. You seem fit. We don't want to do this. We want to push a button. It's the laziest people. No one is springing into action from a power recliner. Like you physically do it, right? Like we're just not the type of people. Like you would never overhear us at a barbecue say something like, yeah, we're training for a 10K for babies with bad teeth. Like you're never going to hear us say that. We'll write a check for the bucktooth babies, but we're not going to run for it. We'll drop it off on our way to pick up takeout. We're not going to jog. We're not going to sign up. We're not going to register. We don't want to meet you there. And we're not bringing a dish. Like we don't want to do any of those. Power recliners. You can't get up fast. Like you just can't. It doesn't, we have the couch and we can't even both get up at the same time. The buttons don't work. They don't have the power. Like we can both push them and they just go, One time when we got them, I fell down the stairs in my sock feet, like you do. Grown-ups fall down the stairs, like leading with your head. And I fell down the stairs and I was so mad. You know what I mean? Like when you fall as a grown-up, you're just pissed. And I was like, help, help. And I heard from upstairs, I'll be right there. Oh, it's stuck on the blanket. Oh, cheese it. I'm not a good sleeper. So my husband is a good sleeper. That's been a problem too. Everybody's like, get a lot of rest. This is the time to rest. I'm like, I would, but I sleep next to a wildebeest on rotisserie. Like he snores in and out. Like he's the shittiest accordion in the world. Like just like the in is normal, but the out is like like a cry for help. Like the apnea is right here, waiting to take his soul. Poor thing. Poor thing. He went for a sleep study recently. And that's where you go to like a hotel and they hook you up and then they watch you from another room. Someone watches you sleep all night long. Like that's a very specific job. You know what I mean? Like who's applying for that? Like, you know what I want for a job? I want to watch people sleep who don't sleep well and might die. Like that's a very specific fetish. You know what I mean? So he went and they hooked him all up and they said, okay, well, we're just going to have you go to bed as normal. And in the morning, you're going to get up and then we'll give you the results in about 7 to 10 days. 43 minutes in, they came in and woke him up and said, you're all set. And he said, oh, is it morning? And they were like, no, you died 9 times. I think we're good. You got a problem. Now he wears oxygen to sleep. It's crazy. I'm not a good sleeper. I freak myself out a lot. Like I get nervous. I hear noises. Like I'm a light sleeper. So every noise, right? And I know he's not going to help me. He is down for the count, like in a coma. So he's not helping, right? The two things that scare me, intruders and demons. Those are the two things. They're very, very different, very the same, right? Very the same. I freak myself out because I watch a ton of true crime. I love true crime. I can't stop watching it. I love it. I listen to podcasts. I'm a murderino. Like I can't stop, won't stop. Like can't shut it down. I love it. And people are like, you like murder? I'm like, no, I like to solve murders. That's what I like to do. There's a difference, right? Yeah. I think it scares me though, because my last thought I always have right before I drift off to sleep always is someone probably followed me home from the Whole Foods because they want some of this, right? Like they probably saw me touching things with my tiny hands and they were like, I love tiny hands. So I wear a lot of layers to bed. I wear a lot of pajamas with buckles and zippers and Velcro and snaps because if you're going to get to my shit, you're going to work for it. Like I want you confused. What is this? God, forget it. Yeah. I actually had a friend tell me once, well, if you have a nighttime routine, you can actually help yourself fall asleep faster. And I said, oh, I have a nighttime routine. Don't you worry. Like I wash my face, I brush my teeth, ate a fistful of melatonin. I call them gummy nights. I have a routine, you know? And they said, well, why don't you wear an eye mask so that you block out all light and then you won't be stimulated? And I was like, an eye mask? That's like wearing a blindfold. Like, why don't I just tie my own hands behind my back and put a dirty sock in my mouth? Leave the door unlocked. I'm not going to do half the job for someone. You know what I mean? I always wear matching pajamas and people are like, for your husband? And I'm like, no, he's in a coma. He doesn't know. I wear matching pajamas for a couple reasons. The first and foremost, and it all kind of revolves around if I should die in my sleep. So like, if I should die in my sleep, someone has to find me and I want their first thought to be, oh, cute, right? So matchy. And the second reason is, what if what you're wearing when you die is what you have to wear in the afterlife? Have you thought about that? Like, how'd you go to sleep last night, Mike? Did you go Winnie the Pooh style? Just a shirt, no pants? Did you free ball your way in? Like, well, I don't want to show up at the new Dead People mixer wearing a blown out crotch pair of leggings and an old Duran Duran t-shirt. That's not how you make friends and influence people, right? Dress for the job you want. And I want chubby cherub. So I wear matching thermal, right? I'm walking in there like, oh, wow, I can see her on a cloud. I'm Kelly MacFarland. Thank you so much for having me to your Zoom.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kelly MacFarland.
Yeah.
Mike, I just love this show. What a fun show.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for doing it. This is what's so amazing about Zoom is like, you know, you and Carolyn are both in Boston. We can have
I
people
know.
all over, just, you know, hang out and do the Zoom stuff, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Which I love. So thank you for doing it.
Oh my gosh, so fun. And it's so good to see you.
I know, you too. I haven't seen you. Like, I just seen Carolyn last August for the festival. I don't think I've seen you since I came back to Boston.
And we were freezing.
We were freezing.
Carolyn lost her keys in her coat.
Yeah, it was awesome. And it was great. And we did Improv Boston.
We did. We were in Improv Boston.
Yeah. That showcase. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was fun. You did think Albany was really close to Boston, and it is not.
I did. It was like a 3.5 hour train ride, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was so worth it to see you.
I was just going to say, Carolyn and I are lovely. So, of course.
Yeah. I loved it. And so how have you been doing in, like, I guess, like I said, with Carolyn, like, Boston's been open. You guys have been, you know, doing your thing and just doing shows and whatnot.
We have outdoor shows, which are, I mean, I'll take it. I'll take anything at this point, right? Under a tent, in cars. There's all sorts of ways to tell comedy now. I just did a drive-in 2 weekends ago, and I've done a few of those. And this one, the stage was like a rock, like, festival, and it was awesome. And the cars were honking a lot, and I get it, right? They're trying to express themselves.
Yeah.
They were honking though and flashing their lights. So at one point I was like, am I having a stroke? Like, what is happening? It was too much stimulation for me. I'm with Carolyn. I hope we get back to normal sooner than later.
Yeah. And you two travel and tour together all the time, which is amazing to have a best friend in comedy like that, where you just do, you know, you tour all over together.
We have a good time. We do. I know, it's funny because Carolyn is now going to be quiet during this because she thinks it's my interview. But the whole time Mike was talking to Carolyn, I was like, I hope she talks.
You can talk.
Yeah. We like started together around the same time, and we met. And we've just been friends ever since. Like, I think you need friends in every job. Absolutely. And this job is not traditional. So, I mean, it's nice to have, I would say Carolyn is, you know, probably more like family at this point, 20 something years later than just my friend. But
I love that. Yeah. And that's what's so great about it is, like, you need, like, I don't know, I haven't done that many road gigs and stuff. Like, I've done some stuff, but like I just did Utah like a month ago.
Nice.
And I kind of like I knew the people that were on the show, but I drove by myself. I kind of stayed in the room by myself. I had to drive home it was just like, you know, it's nice to have someone there with you, like, you know, and just kind of just, you know, that's what makes it like a road trip. That's the fun of the comedy, is having your best friends with you on your side, you know?
Absolutely. I mean, we laugh more probably in the non-show parts when we travel together than the show parts. Like, when we went to Burbank, we had so much fun together. And of course we met you. And I remember, I had forgotten about that, Carolyn, that you were shitting on someone in the line. And Mike's like, are you guys from the East Coast? We're like, oh, are we sticking out a little bit here? Like, I think I was talking about going to eat. I was like, can we go get a burger or what? Carolyn shitting on someone, and you were like, my people. Yeah.
I was like, I need you. Please.
You guys
this
seem
guy's selling
real
the cow behind
salty.
Me.
I need some salty people in my life.
Everyone's asking me to hike. This is bullshit.
Oh my God, there's so much fucking hiking when you're in LA.
My brother asked me to hike every other day. He's like, you want to go hiking today? I'm like, no, I'm fine. I don't want to do it.
No interest in hiking. That's why there's Netflix. Everybody stop it.
That's so funny.
You can tell these two little hottie toddies with their locks, their flowing locks. They're hiking all the time in headbands.
They're laughing. They're not hiking.
Yeah, you're wearing headbands. You're ripping a few bong hits, and you're going hiking with your straight teeth. They're so cute.
Oh, I love it. That's so funny.
Just got your guitars and your shirts unbuttoned, and you're like,
They're so dreamy. They're so dreamy. The
They're
best
like
house
two
band
little
all the way.
bookends. They're like, oh, want to go high now? I'm like, yeah, bring the
Does.
sandwiches. Let's do this.
We're going hiking.
Oh, I love that. That's so funny.
I don't know what Paul's deal is, but Paul, do you have anything to add?
I'm covering it all. I'm feeling it here.
I'm like, Mike makes you be on this show in a tie, and then you didn't say anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I'm being held at gunpoint. I love it. You know, I'm from the East Coast too. I'm from Jersey. Me and
nice.
Mike grew
Oh,
up together,
cute.
so it's like, hey,
All
Yeah.
right, you motherfucker.
hey, how you doing, you son of a bitches? Let's fucking have a show. You know,
Shut up. Oh, you fucking kid. Ah,
Yeah, me and Paul grew up together. We went to high school and stuff together. So
oh, I love that. And you're in
Yeah.
LA now too?
yeah.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
what this show usually, like when we're live, we have Adam and Sean as the band. They're on my left and Paul's on my right, and we do sound effects and we have characters pop out of the crowd and stuff. And like Paul, like during Christmas, Paul dressed up as Santa and did a bit and stuff. So like we
So he's Ed
compacted
McMahon.
we compacted the whole show into Zoom. So like
Yeah.
So it's different.
so it's
All
different.
right. Well,
so
when we can do the show live, Carolyn and I will come out for it.
oh, that would be amazing.
Hey.
That would be amazing.
But don't make me hike, mustache twins. We're not doing it.
Let's not stay at the Holiday Inn because their pool's in the shade all day.
Oh my gosh. Carolyn and I stay at the Holiday Inn in Burbank, and I'm like, let's go to the pool. And we go
freezing because it's in the shade.
It's just concrete. It's just concrete. The fence is concrete. People are looking at you. They're in their hotel rooms.
Because it's all windows on one side. It's all hotel room.
And it's just, there's one part that's sun, and Carolyn and I are like together in the triangle of heat.
Trying to get our whiteness to go away from being on the East Coast.
In a triangle of heat is so
Right.
Triangle
All right,
of
my
heat.
turn. Your turn.
That's my wrestling name. Triangle of heat.
Oh no, it's the Mammo Slam and the triangle of heat. Oh, so funny.
Oh God, that's so weird and gross.
Oh, I love that.
These two middle-aged women were on the show, and one of them said triangle of heat, and the other one threatened with her memories.
Oh, I love it. That's so funny. Yes, I would love to have you both on the live show when we get back to normal at Loft Ensemble. I got to thank you too. You gave me, I don't know if you knew this, you probably did, but you gave me my first weekend at Flappers.
I did?
When you headlined. That was the first time I did like guest spots on a weekend.
Oh.
Yeah.
I really like Flappers.
I like Flappers too.
I like Flappers a lot.
I love it. They've been really like bumping up during the pandemic. They've been like a grocery store. They're doing online shows all the time and just doing so much, like the workshops and stuff.
That's awesome.
But yeah, thank you. When you came out to headline, I think it was like a year after the Burbank Festival.
Yeah.
You asked me if I'd do the guest spot, and I was like, fuck yeah. And it was my first time doing a weekend. Like,
oh, I love that.
I remember the Flappers guys seeing me, and they're like, "Are you here for the open mic?" I was like, "I'm actually one of the openers for Kelly MacFarland.
I'm over here.
I'm in the main room. I don't know."
Mike, do you remember we went to see that band? Did you come with us, or did you have to go to work?
No, it was the 80s bands when we went to that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just remembered that. Yeah. Went to
and we were dancing
band.
like a dancing with they were just dancing, you know.
Yeah. And
I love
Jan Davidson, Carolyn came over.
Oh, nice.
And hung out. And wasn't her husband or her boyfriend's in the band?
Somebody.
We were drinking.
We knew the band.
We're with the band.
We're with the band. I love that.
I'm sure you have to wrap this up, but
yeah. Well, no, I want to ask you. I didn't really know this about you, but this would be great for you to give us advice too. I didn't know you're a motivational speaker, and you've been with the Blue Cross and American Heart Association for so many years.
Yeah, I did a lot of work for them,
which is incredible. If you want to talk a little bit about that and maybe give advice to just everyone about like comics coming up or whatever, just life advice, whatever. For us.
Yeah, so I did a lot of work with them for a long time, and now I'm doing more work with the Blood Clot Alliance. And the yeah, I think that it's always weird when people ask me about that because I kind of like put them in two buckets, which is so stupid. I think that when you're trying to, Carolyn was commenting on this, like the first few months, I was like, well, who am I now? Like who, I don't get it. What am I, this is, you know,
'Cause you're out 4 or 5 nights a week
Right.
to nothing.
right.
Yeah.
It
Or
was
you're
just
gone.
everything stopped. Your whole world turned upside down.
Yeah, it was more about, I mean, of course, like you're afraid because you're not making any money, but it also, you know, your income goes away. But then after that kind of like settled in for me, I was like, not settled in, but it was like, you know, okay, I can't, a lot of people have it worse off than me, I guess is the point. And, you know, it became more about the craft. And then all of a sudden I was like, well, what am I going to do? Like, this is 20 years of my life. Like, what am I supposed to do? And I think I'm going to strap. I'm going to dance real hard. So, so I think my advice would be that don't limit yourself to one lane, you know, and let yourself explore other things. Like, I think it's great that you're doing this show. This is such like a wonderful step. It's not a step away, right? But a step to the side, let's say, or whatever, of your comedy, of doing stand-up, and it's just flexing another muscle. And Paul, you're a comic too, right? Paul's a comic too. And are these two biscuits, are they comics?
They're about to sing a couple songs. Yeah, they're
nice. Are you guys musicians only, or are you also?
No, it's comedy. Yeah.
Comedy, right? Yeah. So it's like, I love that and do you have just this duo, or do you guys do stuff separately? Just the duo. I love that so much. Carolyn and I, we consider ourselves quite a wrestling duo. And triangle of heat coming at you. And yeah, I think it's just, I got into speaking just because someone asked me to do it once, and I was like, all right. And then I realized I kind of liked it, and I could use my humor to get a message across and be positive. And I think we need more positivity in the world today. You know, we play grumpy in our acts sometimes, but I think that at the end of the day, it's like human connection is so important, and it's so necessary right now. And being able to spread positive messages for all people is so important. And just you can do that with humor. It's such a gift. So yeah, kind of touchy feely, but
God, Kelly MacFarland.
that's how I feel, everyone. It really is. I think that this is, I mean, we got to get back to basics here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Thank you so much. That was amazing. Thank you. It is. I mean, that's the biggest thing is, you know, just bringing positivity to yourself and staying focused and stuff too. And yeah, thank you so much for that. You're the best. I love you. Thank you for doing the show.
You're so fun. I'm so glad we got to see you.
Yes, you're amazing. And yes, I can't wait to see you in person once this pandemic stuff's all over and whatnot. And ladies and gentlemen, one more time, Kelly MacFarland, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up. And check out your album actually plays every time I get in my car that You Woke Up Today. Because my iTunes just triggers it on and I'm like, Kelly's on.
Thank you.
So guys, check her album out on iTunes. You Woke Up Today, and you have another one too, Bombshell.
Yeah.
Bombshell, right?
Yeah.
So check out Kelly on that, iTunes, Spotify, all the good stuff. Kelly MacFarland, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks, Mike.
You guys ready to close out this show? Huh?
Yup.
You guys ready?
Let's
You guys
do
ready to
it.
close out this show?
Let's do it.
Guys, every show we have the most amazing house band in all the lands. And get the round of applause because they're about to do it right now. Guys, give it up for the show with Adam and Sean.
Yes, what's up, everybody?
Staples Center.
Living the dream.
Hitting it big. We got a big audience here. We got a big one. We got a lot of
so many.
We have a lot of Sean and I have actually a pretty large amount of hookers here right now.
They're just in the wings. It's the life of a rock star. It's how it is.
Yep.
But during this quarantine, like Kelly brought it up, you see your neighbors a little more often than normal because everybody is stuck at home.
Yeah.
And then you realize that person that you just kind of say, hey, hi, and you walk away, like you guys, you really don't like each other. I don't know if it's happened to anybody else, but sometimes it's hard to get along with your neighbor during quarantine. And that's what this song is about. It's a love song. My neighbor Andy, he's a real asshole.
Really?
My neighbor Andy, he's a real asshole. To you,
To me,
to everybody. He sucks so much, I want to kick him in his nuts. In his nuts, in his nuts. I want to kick him in his nuts. In his nuts, in his nuts.
in his stupid bitch ass baby nuts.
Okay, listen to this. He complains about my music's way too loud.
Don't think he understands.
I'm with the greatest band. He didn't know me. He's such a loser. Hasn't had a girlfriend since forever. My neighbor Andy,
He's a real asshole.
Randy,
He's a real asshole.
to you, to me, to everybody. He sucks so much, I want to kick him in his nuts. In his nuts, in his nuts. I want to kick him in his nuts. In his nuts, in his nuts. In his stupid bitch ass baby nuts. You won't believe what he did next.
What?
He called the po-po, tried to shut us down. But we said no, no, and we turned it loud. He's a light sleeper. We are rock stars. He owns the ceiling. We pound guitars. Our neighbor Randy, he's a real asshole. Our neighbor Randy, he's a real asshole. To you, to me, to everybody. He sucks so much, I want to kick him in his nuts.
In his nuts and in his nuts.
I want to kick him in his nuts.
In his nuts and in his nuts.
In his stupid bitch ass
Baby nuts.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Catchy AF.
The next song is for the Mam Slam.
Yeah, absolutely. For the wrestling. Well, in particular, we've been talking. I have to say, we've been talking about the whole show that we think "Fat Titties" is the greatest name for a female wrestler.
I got it. It's real good.
I think it would be so huge.
Yeah, I agree.
Marching down to like her song, like, oh shit, "Fat Titties" is coming.
All the game. So we wrote this love song for you.
Yeah.
And really for everybody. But.
Yeah.
Ever since I was young, there's nothing I'd rather do than sit and stare at a pair of boobs. Big or small, it doesn't matter to me, 'cause I'm a simple man, with simple needs. And I love boobs, boobs, and boobs, 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 boobs. And I love boobs, boobs, and boobs. Jumping up and down or running on the beach in slow motion, baby, or in 1080p. In sports bras and such, yeah, I don't need much, 'cause I'm a simple man and I need to touch your boobs, boobs, and boobs, 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 boobs. Your boobs, boobs, and boobs. Your boobs. Your boobs, your boobs, your boobs. And if you're really cool, you can get two girls to put their boobs together and really rock your world. Now you've got 4 boobs, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I'm a simple man. But can I get 4 more? And I love boobs, boobs, and boobs, 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 boobs. And I love boobs, boobs, and boobs. And I love boobs.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, the show with Adam and Sean.
I love that.
I feel like if there was a highlight reel of the Mammoth Slam happening, it would just be like,
Let's shoot it.
Shoot it.
Send us that
Oh, it's so
song.
good.
We're gonna shoot it.
shoot it. Oh, I love it. Guys, one more time for the show with Adam and Sean. Give it up, the best house band in all the land. And that was our show, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out and watching the show. Facebook Live, thank you so much for watching, commenting, all that good stuff, sharing it with all your friends. Give it up one more time for everyone you've seen tonight. Give it up for Sports and a Half with Brian McDaniel. Woo! We had that drop in by Cardi B. Okay. Woo! Give it up for our musical guest, Alec Waters. Give it up for the PSA from the Mafia, Tony Toothpick. You know, he's the best in the biz. Give it up for our special guest comedians, Carolyn Plummer.
Yeah.
Give it up, Kelly MacFarland. The best house band in all the land, the show with Adam and Sean.
Yes.
My partner in crime, Mr. Paul Brodo, with his rubber ducky tie. Lifting it up. Bree Pavey in the booth, making it sound all good during the Zoom show. Bam, bam. My name has been Mike Perkins. You guys are all beautiful, amazing, and thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next month. Follow all these people, too. Support everybody, love each other, and have a wonderful night. Thank you so much.
Bye. We love you.
Hey.